And now how did you create the crust?
The crust was, I just had white flour. I mean, if I had all wheat pastry flour, I would have used that, but I just had white, so it was pretty basic crust where I put the flour and I put a little bit of sugar, maybe a teaspoon of sugar or half a teaspoon of sugar. And well, this kind of thing you have to be when you're working like this. You have to be a little bit more exacting, just a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was about a cup and a quarter of flour and about a half a teaspoon of salt and about the same sugar. And then I put little pieces of about a stick or so of butter cut up. First I had to put it in the freezer so it would be nice and cold. And I put water in the freezer too. I had ice, I would stick some ice cubes in, but I didn't have that, so. So I got I put it in the food processor and I got the butter cut up into the flour. It usually calls for like until it's pea size.
Okay.
And, but I left it a little bit bigger because I was going to pour in the water, but by the time I went to do that, the food processor didn't work, so I dumped it out into a bowl after I tried to fix the food processor, and then added a little bit of water, enough to just bring it together, and then squeezed it into a little bit of a ball, trying not to touch it too much because you don't want the warmth of your hands to affect it, the gluten. And then I put it in a little plastic wrap and pressed it down into a disc shape. And it needs to sit for a while, be chilled for about an hour. So I chilled that. I think that's it. And rolled it out.
And we cooked that.
Cooked it at 375.
Okay. For how long did we cook that for? Quite some time.
Yeah, maybe 50 minutes or so.
That sounds right.
I put my hand in there. I mean, I could see it rising, and I wanted it to get to the point where, I mean, you can either test it by putting a knife in, and having that come out clean, or I was just sticking my hand in and just feeling it to see if it was the right consistency.
And we had some sweet potato as well. It was sweet potato and normal white Yukon potato. And what went into that?
Oh, there was a lot of butter in this meal. Butter and some, a little bit of half and half. And salt and pepper.
And all organic.
Yeah. And then just mashed it all together, and it was yummy.
It sure was. Let it cook for a while. And then
I left some skins on. I took a little bit of skin off and left some. About half the skin on.
And then we took a little slice of lemon to serve all of it. And we started by tasting the salmon with its sauce. And it was crunchy, and the sauce just soothed the taste buds and like seeped into all the crevices of the crunchiness. And it was just, so good.
Yeah, the sauce is really flavorful.
And then we combined
it's like a little bit sweet almost. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how, maybe that's from the wine or...
I'm not sure. And we combined that with some of the salad. Or no, we had a bite of the salad too, with the figs. And the crunchiness of the fig seeds.
The tiny fig seeds.
And then the vinegary, sweet crunchiness of the salad.
It's the perfect combination. I mean, the amounts. There wasn't too much dressing on it. It was just right. And there was the bitter in the salad was nice. The radicchio.
And a little bit of lemon throughout the salad. And then we tried the sweet potato on its own, kind of like buttery, creamy flavor that you can just kind of suck on until it dissolves in your mouth.
Yeah, it kind of melts in there. I mean, it just kind of
just melts. And then we came around to the salmon and added a little of that to the sweet potato and ate those together. And that crunchy salmon with that soft sweet potato and the way they mix in your mouth, oh, yeah, that was delicious. And then we threw in some salad with figs and added in this fruit sweet, like a fructose kind of sweet, and balsamic to the sweet potato and salmon, and sweet sauce.
Sweet and acid over the balsamic. I mean, that gives it just either that or with a little bit of lemon. That was really good.
And then we put a little bit of lemon on it. And ate those in random orders throughout. And we made a point to eat the same bites at the same time, because we found that it increases the taste when you're both tasting the same thing. And
every bite kept being just as good as the bite before.
Because you change the taste buds.
Or it tasted even better. It just kept tasting better.
Because they never desensitized if each bite is different from the last. The Satvik way to eat. And then we added in a little bit of wine with some bites. And the sweetness of the wine would permeate the sweet potato and dissolve some of it in the mouth. And then the chewiness of the fish and the fig just all basting on the gums. It's just incredible and delicious. And then we had some of the pumpkin pie.
It's still warm.
Still warm.
Really soft.
And crunchy crust. And we combined that with some Tahitian vanilla bean ice cream. And that cold with warm and vanilla, just so good. So incredibly delicious. And then we decided to have a little touch of ginger with the vanilla and pumpkin pie. That was
the fresh ginger.
The fresh ginger.
A little bit at first.
And then we decided to throw in some candied ginger with a few bites. And then we made a float, which we shall celebrate with one more of our magical white table wine and Tahitian vanilla bean ice cream. And a little bit of candied ginger.